While we were down in Orlando, we had 5 matches, and really taking a core group of guys was really important to getting everybody to at least spend some time together and sort of get that team bonding that we needed. The nice thing is, for the guys, they had a house that we stayed in. Not very nice for me since I had to stay with them in that house, but it definitely was a good experience to have everybody sort of take after each other and sort of take each other outside of the courts and also at home. So it was definitely important for that.
Now you guys obviously had to face, you had some challenging matches, some tough competition down there, and obviously some competition that you guys fared very well with. How does the success and the challenges that you face prepare you going forward into the heart of your schedule?
Before going down there, we obviously took some time to set up the schedule, kind of how we saw ourselves going into spring break. We started with a little bit of an easier match against Goucher to sort of warm us up for 4 really tough matches. And when you're in New York, you kind of have to use your spring break as a time to play against teams that are really tough that you don't necessarily get to play against. So our first match against Goucher went really well, and then we actually played Wisconsin Lacrosse, and Wisconsin Lacrosse was a team that actually won their first round in NCAAs last year, which some people don't know. They were a Pool C team that really was pretty strong, and we ended up eking out a win 5-4. And then we went on to play some really tough teams in the region. We played Stevens, Hamilton, and Wesleyan, who are all top 20 in the Northeast region, and they're definitely getting better than their spots last year, and that's something that we need to sort of focus on, is continue to push ourselves against teams like that, because those are the teams that we need to beat in order to make it to NCAAs and try and make some of our team goals, winning Liberty Leagues and stuff like that.
Now, in terms of Liberty Leagues, obviously there's tough competition within our own conference. How did the trip, you said obviously playing against the tougher teams will help you prepare, but did that really give you a step up in terms of the Liberty League competition that you'll face this year?
Yes and no. Some of the schools in the league this year are incredibly strong. Skidmore and Vassar are sort of in a different league of their own. Skidmore actually beat the number 11 team in the country over their spring break and lost a tight 5-4 match to the number 3 team in the country, Emory. So they're sort of a little bit outside of our spectrum right now, but definitely for the other teams in the league, like the Vassars, like the St. Lawrence, like Hobart, playing teams like Wesleyan, they really sort of prepare us the best for that level of competition. And I think that those are the teams that we're really striving to beat. Last year we finished last in the league. This year we've already beaten some of the teams in our league, and we're looking to make a huge jump from 6 to, I see ourselves finishing second or third this year. So definitely playing those teams sort of helps us prepare for tough competition when it comes to Liberty Leagues.
Great. So now overall, just kind of rounding out the spring trip, overall development. So as a team, what did it do? And then just individually, kind of give fans a look at like who to watch for, who really stood out last week that you think going forward is really going to make a difference for the team. Yeah,
I guess in general the team sort of responded to the different level of competition. In recent years we haven't really had the opportunity to play against and create a schedule that had a lot of really tough teams in it. And that's where I envision the team going, is that we're at a specific level right now that we need to sort of continue to push ourselves and play teams that are outside that level. I was talking to one of my players about how I looked at schedule, and this year we only have 2 teams that we beat last year on our schedule, and everybody else that we beat we've sort of dropped, because that's sort of the direction that we need to get to and go in. And when it comes to specific players, we had some really good work from our young players at the top of the lineup. Will Dickey, who played 3 for us, 3 singles and 3 doubles, he had some really clutch wins for us, and coming back from the fall, he didn't have a lot of match experience, but he pulled out some really tight wins and some third set tiebreakers that it's really helps develop the individual player to play under pressure and luckily he succeeded for us and came out with some big wins. Also, Jared Gear, he played a really solid spring break. He was stuck with an injury before we went down there. He kind of started to recover from it on spring break and didn't have the best spring break results-wise, but definitely progressed with his tennis and got to hit a lot of balls and really looked to up his game for the heart of our season coming up.